Hey guys, grip strength is said to be one of the strongest predictors of longevity. That's because it's a good indication of your overall upper body function and strength, as well as your bone density. A related marker of grip strength is grip endurance. While grip strength is about the single highest force you can create, grip endurance is about how long you can sustain moderate to high effort levels. One of the standard ways to test this is by hanging from a bar, known as a dead hang. The dead hang involves hanging with your whole body off the ground, gripping only with the hands. The timer starts when you're fully supported by the hands and stops when you need additional support. You may realize that body weight is an important factor here, and a lighter individual with the same grip endurance as someone else will be able to hold the bar for a longer time. There are various ways to position your hands, with the standard one being the double overhand, meaning both palms facing forward. For the test, it's down to you whether you relax into the hang or opt for an active hang where your shoulders are actively pulling down. When it comes to training the movement, an active hang is better for strengthening the other muscles involved. The test should ideally be done on a pull-up bar, either in the gym, secured to a door frame at home, or as part of outdoor equipment in a local park. An alternative might be a climbing frame or monkey bars. I wouldn't advise you attempt this with a tree branch or any object too large to wrap your thumb around, as this will negatively impact the total hang time. It helps to have a partner who can time you, though it's possible to time yourself. One option is to film yourself and then watch it back, either using a stopwatch or looking at the timestamps of the video to determine your time. To time it live, have a timer running where you can see it and note when you start and end your hang. For example, if the clock is at 15 seconds when you start and 1 minute 32 when you stop, then your dead hang was 1 minute 17. Another method is to set a metronome to 60 beats per minute and count how many seconds you can hang. Start measuring when both feet are off the ground and stop as soon as either foot touches the ground again. A dead hang is low enough intensity that it shouldn't require too much of a warm-up. I have a separate video that demonstrates a 2-minute warm-up that could be done prior to the dead hang. This includes arm circles, shoulder shrugs, and finger spreads. One criticism of this test is that it relies quite heavily on motivation. There's a level of discomfort towards the end of the test where you might physically be able to continue, but mentally choose to give up. Having a target time such as your previous best may also spur you on to push further than you otherwise would. These differences could change your dead hang time by as much as 20% in either direction, so it's worth being aware of your motivation every time you test, particularly if you're planning to track this over time. While dead hangs are generally safe for people with no injury history, caution is advised if you have any previous or current shoulder, elbow, wrist, or hand issues, or if you have very low levels of upper body strength relative to your weight. You should also make sure the bar you're hanging from is not slippery or damaged and is capable of supporting your weight. In terms of what a good score is, I wasn't able to find any large-scale research studies where the general population has performed a dead hang. I've tried to aggregate the available information, factor in the known differences due to age and sex to come up with the following charts. For men, it seems fair to say that a 2-minute dead hang is excellent and that this doesn't decline much until the age of 60. I've also set average to be 45 seconds, with a similar steady decline with age. For women, I've taken the same relative difference of around 25% seen in other metrics for men versus women and applied it here. That leaves excellent at 90 seconds for the youngest age group and 34 seconds for average. While this is a simple test, it depends a lot on access to equipment. If you have a suitable area in which to perform a dead hang, consider completing this test every year. Otherwise, do so as and when the opportunity arises. I've completed this test 3 years in a row and my results are relatively stable. Between age 35 and 36, I followed a 30-day hanging challenge, which may explain my improvements. If you are recreationally active and do some sort of resistance training, you're unlikely to need direct grip endurance training. Exercises like deadlifts, pull-ups, and rows will be enough to improve your grip strength and endurance over time. Thanks for watching.